Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at an unidentified male, and he was found January 22nd, 1975 in Clackamas County, Oregon. And it just says he died years prior. It doesn't say how many years, and it says it's probably a homicide, and he could have been anywhere from 18 to 50 years old. They're not sure how tall he was or how much he weighed. He was wearing light brown checkered pants and a black leather belt. Also found was a brown button. The victim's partial skeletal remains were found in Mount Hood National Forest near Service Road S57G, 4.5 miles southeast of Ripple Ranger Station. 5 years later, in 1980, additional remains were located. In 2012, DNA confirmed the remains belonged to the same individual. The victim is believed to have been killed and dumped at the location. And so I didn't go and look at the Charlie Project or the Doe Network, and I didn't look in Canada or Washington or Idaho or other states nearby. I just went ahead and did a name search for Oregon. And we have this man, and he went missing. It sounds like he went missing about an hour away. And his name was Louis Lakin, and he went missing in 1928. So I don't know if it was that many years prior, if it could be him at all. So, 37 years old, 5'7" to 5'9", and this doesn't have a height or a weight, so I don't know. But it says he was last known to be somewhere between the logging camps outside of Gresham, Oregon, which is about an hour away, and Missoula, Montana. Lewis had family in the Portland area. They reported him missing in 1928 and searched extensively for him throughout the years. Brown hair, blue eyes. So, and then we have Timothy Leon Amos, and he went missing in 1973 from Portland, Oregon, and he was 24 years old. And you can pause this and read it if you'd like. He was last known to be in the Portland area, possibly worked at a garment factory in the past. No driver's license on file. Thought to be most probably deceased. They're not sure what happened to him. So, and then we have Thomas Harold Jeschke, and he went missing from Portland, Oregon. He was only 20 years old. Last seen in Portland, Oregon, they found his vehicle. So let's see who else we have. We have Peter Benkars, and he went missing from Portland, Oregon. He was 34 years old in 1966. So he lived outside of Sherwood, Oregon on the afternoon of 12/28/1966, just after Christmas. His neighbors saw him drive away from his home in his car. The last confirmed sighting of him was about 11:30 p.m. when he left the Silver Skate Ice Arena in Portland, Oregon, after playing in a league hockey game. A few days later, his neighbors noticed his car backed into his driveway and an associate of his coming and going from his home. I wonder if they were driving his car. His brother reported him as missing. His family members have been unable to contact him since the end of December 1966. I wonder if that guy was homeless and needed a place to stay. I don't know. When contacted by the police, the associate claimed that he came to Peter's house on 12/29 and they worked on Peter's car. The associate said he came back the next day, but Peter wasn't home. And he said he probably left on vacation to Hawaii or somewhere like that. Anyway, sounds like he might have killed him, doesn't it? So, and then we have Sigmund Myers, age 44. Did a last contact in 1920. His family believes he's been missing since 1920. And I'm sure I've done videos on these other people, and maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. Kenneth King Wilson, missing since 1973, 49 years old, from Eugene, Oregon. He left home at 7 p.m. on February 16, 1973, and he's never been seen since. I don't know if he was in a car or what happened or if his car was missing too. Stephen Paul Lamb went missing. He was only 17, though he might have been a little bit too young to be that person. I don't know. Seaside, Oregon. There was another John Doe that looked a lot like him to me. I remember this one. He was last seen in Seaside during Weston High School's senior skip week. There was a body found somewhere at some other school, so I don't know. Anyway, Terry Lee Rogers, in 1973, he was 26 years old. He went missing from Bend, Oregon. He was only, it says 5'2" to 5'6", so they don't know how tall he was. Last seen Memorial Day weekend, had permission to be on a private campsite about a mile below Meadow Camp, southeast of Bend on the Deschutes River. His campsite was below a bluff where he had parked his pickup truck. Two of his friends notified authorities when they failed to find him at the campsite on Tuesday evening, May 29th. His truck with a bag of groceries in it was still parked on the bluff down below the campsite, where his glasses, wallet, camping equipment. See, I guess I should have put this one closer to there too, because maybe they killed him and dumped him off at another section of the woods, whoever killed the person. So, I don't know. That just seems, that's pretty far away, but I don't know. And you can pause it and read more about it, and I did another video about this one, I'm sure. He was attending Central Oregon Community College at the time. I don't know what happened to him. Howard Frederick Clay went missing in 1966 from Coos Bay, Oregon. He was a resident of San Francisco, California. He was in Coos Bay for business when he was last seen. He had dinner with work associates. He was supposed to meet up with them again the next morning, but never arrived. Oh, and this one has two different places that he was last seen on, depending on where you looked. One was at one room at one hotel, and one was at one room at another hotel. So I don't know. So, like a different restaurant or bar or something. I don't know. A place that they have some kind of name of a room in a hotel. Thomas William Ritchie was 16 years old. I think he's a little bit too young. Went missing in 1950, but I left him in there. I never know when they actually report him missing. He left home to go fishing. Oh, they've got the exact date. On the Rogue River. Oh, yeah, he liked to fish in that area, the cable car above the river. Remember that. But this is like 5 hours away, so I don't know. The cable car and fishing hole are located 4 miles out Prospect, Oregon. And it automatically goes to the other side. So if he was on one side or the other, or if he fell or swam, he might have been on the other side of it and tried to go around it, and something might have happened, they said. So who knows what happened. Anyway, you can pause that and read it. So it's very sad, and I think he had somebody else that was in his family had drowned in that same area before, like his mother or somebody. I'm not sure. So anyway, those are the ones that I found. Do you think it could be one? Do you think one of those could be this unidentified male? I mean, it's hard to tell because, and if I had to guess, I don't know how many years prior, but if I had to guess one, this would be my guess, right? So, but I don't know how many years prior. What would your guess be if you had to guess? I mean, just guessing. I'm not a professional or anything, so I don't, I just go through these and look at them sometimes. So please feel free to leave comments. Don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families. If you have any information about this case or any cases, please contact authorities. Even if you gave them the information years ago and it's been a lot of years, maybe they didn't write the information down. Maybe they stored it in different places and it was on a floppy drive and they lost it somehow or on a word processor. you know, how it's, or software program, you know, maybe they don't have the information anymore. If you were afraid to give them the information back then, maybe you're not anymore. Maybe you heard the information through your uncle's, brother's, cousin's, nephew's best friend, and you're not sure if it's true, or and they were drinking. You know, just whatever information you have. It's not like you're testifying in court. You're just giving them the information so they can make notes, and it might help them with the case. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free to leave comments and have a great day. Bye bye.